What's up, guys? It's Mrjamvad, and today we are back on the Pokémon Showdown server. And yeah, it's Halloween, ladies and gentlemen, so get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. I just put this team together. I'll quickly run through what I had in mind so that we can get through it. Low-key live team builder coming. But let me share this funny story with you guys, right? So, shout outs to Heliodor first and foremost. He picked up a copy of the book when it just came out, so like about the physical copy, that is about I think June. And so this is what he said, because he jumped to 1700 or 18, he was close to 1800. And so every time somebody PMs me, I always ask them what changed for them and where did they start from, because I want to see the speed gap. How quickly are people seeing results? I want to make sure it's fast, right? And I want to make sure that it's not just you jump 3 points. So he said it's actually pretty interesting. As an 1100 player, I bought the book way back when the physical copy first came out. I read the first half and laddered straight to 1400 within 2 days. At that point, I thought I was hot shit, so I managed to push to 1500. Over the next few days, I dropped almost all the way back down to 1000, and over the next few months, I plateaued at 1250. For some reason, I told myself, man, I got all I could get out of the book, and I refused to go back and read the second half. The metagame started to get stale, of course, and something else came out, and so I drifted further and further away from Pokemon. But a few days before the DLC came out, I decided to finish the books just so I could justify the purchase. And then when DLC came out, I made a new alt, and I made it to top 500 in less than a week. You talk about the book isn't a get good pill. Just basically, I say in the book, it's not gonna, get good overnight kind of thing. But I immediately started playing better, seemingly out of thin air. And I said to him, I love this because if you guys, as we get into the team builder, I show you guys, how I came up with this team, and I have a timestamp if you want to skip over the team builder. But basically, that I mentioned that same phenomena in the beginning of the book. So if you have a copy, go to Journey, not the Journey, but like the actual part that says Journey in the beginning. And if you notice, I say literally in there, you will scale up rapidly and then you're going to tank. The reason that happens is we get so cocky. Just like I love that guy. He was so transparent. I loved it. You're going to get cocky because you've never seen results like this before in such a short period of time. You're like, finally, I'm good. And you get cocky and you stop doing what the hell I wrote like I literally warn you against this. And you're still going to do it because you're human. And you're going to tank. And usually that's where people give up. You're, oh, man, I saw the result. And then they'll PM me. And so, guys, please follow it. These are all pitfalls I've made and I've seen. Hundreds upon hundreds, probably thousands at this point, make. So please just follow the instructions. Anyway, we can't have Halloween without ghosts, right? And so I figured, you know what? Let's make a ghost spam team. I was going to do mono ghost, but since, we were 19, we were like near 2000s. I think we were like 50 points away from 2000 the last time I played. I didn't want it to be a mono ghost and then drop the points away because I know you guys prefer high ladder games. And so I decided I'll make something competent but with that Halloween theme to it. So we have 3 ghost types, a whatever this is, and a whatever this is. So these are all scary, terrifying. Would not want to see them in your dreams. And so let's start with Aegislash. I figured Aegislash is just amazing right now. Amazing versus a new Pokemon. Natural bulk and that super high defense, special defense that allows it to take on things that are not screens Kyurem. I also like this set. I've loved this set from pre-DLC. I just didn't play enough to where I team build. Team building coming. So if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe down below. Team builder's coming. I just wanted the meta to settle a little bit. I don't want to build teams and then they get banned and then they're obsolete. I want them to be more evergreen. Show you guys how to team build. So if you're excited for that, hit the subscription button down below. And hit a like on this video so more people can see it. So Dragapult is, well, I'm not gonna do a full team build. It's just kind of like a quick what I was thinking. So Aegislash defensively is quite good versus most things, namely Pheromosa, Kyurem, certain Ultra Beasts. Very difficult to kill just outright. There's other things that I'm missing. Also, it baits Mandibuzz to Toxic, which is going to partner with his other ghost types, as you're going to see. Magearna, Melmetal, because obviously, well, not if Melmetal switches in. Assuming it's Banded, you can King Shield and, you know, drop his defense and all that stuff. I mean, drop his attack. Of course, Reggie Steel the threat. No. Certain variants of Stack Attacker. Tapus, obviously. So it's just, there are quite a few things that it's just amazing versus Zapdos. If it doesn't get if it's not Bandit Blaze, can you just King Shield on that, shut that down and blow him away? Like Aegislash the natural bulk gives no fucks. You can play around with the EVs and make it more SPDEF, more offensive. Just to make a simple video, I made it outspeed Corviknight and pump the rest into bulk and special attack. Just an offensive. Let's get to our Spook on. And so Toxic is helpful for baiting in things like Mandibuzz. And so if you manage to get the Toxic off, I'm not running Specs Hex because, you know, I think if I run into something along the lines of a Blissey or something, it might get a little annoying and long. That's what she said, except for the annoying part. But Dragapult, Physical DD, if it's versus a Toxic, it's still a solid set. But even better if you can manage to Toxic the Mandibuzz, then between Substitute, between Dragon Dances, between Phantom Forces, by the time you attack it, it's at half. And it has to roost and all these things. And so massive upside to Toxic plus Phantom Force, Dragon Dance, Dragapult. Because other than that, you know, Clefable is probably your next best bet. And we have a few things that hopefully can handle Clefable. Not really, but kind of. So we'll see. We'll see. Just threw the team together. I haven't used it yet. So just Scarf Horse. Just plain and simple. You know, it outspeeds everything on the Rain and Sun, even boosted. And so it's just amazing. Boost, kill the Ghost Resist, especially if we Toxic the Mandibuzz. We can just Hex spam, or just between Toxic here, you know, Toxic here, potential burn from Lava Plume. Everybody's getting status. And so once the horse comes in, it's nay time. You know what I'm saying? Wanted a Water Resist. Also a Regieleki counter. You know, you can't go on the street without a Regieleki counter. Come on, kids. Alright, so so I put the Gastrodon here. Oddly enough, when I switched to the my favorite preferred form, saying Earthquake is illegal. Please update me on if that's always been a thing, because throughout ORAS, unless that's just a glitch in the Showdown thing, throughout ORAS I've always used the blue one. I never really dig the pink one. I think the blue one looks better, and it adds to the color scheme. You know how important color scheme is to a team, right? It's 90% of the reason you win. So Heatran, generic Heatran. Because of the Clef thing I mentioned earlier, I could potentially see maybe a need for Taunt or Flash Cannon or something to shut down, but I don't know how common Clef is at the moment. And so I'm currently just going to leave it as a standard Tran. Yeah, I mean, opposing Tran can get annoying, but we're going to leave it as standard Tran for now. And so Mandibuzz to round it all off. Send me a dark immunity, right? It's a dark counter and a ghost counter. You know, it can switch it on ghost and dark. But it also just assists a little bit more with Urshifu and more physically oriented boosters, such as Excadrill. I am FizzDef Gastrodon, by the way. I feel like this is a little more useful, considering it's SPDEF Tran for the Magearna, so I'm not going to be using Gastrodon as my main mag check. And, you know, Heatran in conjunction with Mandibuzz should be able to deal with Aegislash. But I think FizzDef, the majority of the things, the Melmetals, the Blazikins, like those mid-ground mons that I might need it to check, the Blazikins, the maybe Excadrill depending on what he has. All which it could be scary, but I have an Aegislash, which is also another thing that is great versus, you know, kind of Landorus. Because if I was SPDEF, I think I can take 2 EPs from Lando. But, you know, Magnezone obviously you can already wall it with no SPDEF investment. Earthquake is good for Primarina. Marina is something that could be annoying too, but we'll see. We'll play ahead of time and account for that. Oh yeah, I was factoring the Fizz Def stuff. Yeah. And so just things of that nature. It's already all the special attackers it already guards well against. Coco doesn't need to split F4. You're gonna get grass knotted anyway. If you're gonna get grass knotted, already shuts down Zapdos. Ice Beam might be better for Zygarde. I'm gonna shift to Ice Beam here. I can see me wanting Ice Beam for annoying as Zygarde and Lando, just as a one shot. Though Scald is nice, but that's essentially the team. 10 minutes in, but I think that would have been. I think that's a valuable thing for those who do want a bit more. Again, when the meta settles a bit, I'll delve more into team building. But yeah, let's hop on the ladder and have a blast. Shout outs to you know yourself, man. I just gave you a low key shout out. But yeah, also guys, all right, I'm excited to get this game underway. How much did we decay? We're 1919. Have fun. We're 1919. This guy's a Clef, so we get to find out how it performs. The Tran performs versus the Clef. He's super weak to Heatran. Super weak. But even here, like, right, I don't know. We'll see. Super weak to Aegislash, more importantly. He has to go to Driller and Zygarde on Ag. So let's see. This is going to be interesting. More so because I know he has to preserve that tar or he's going to get nade. Or he's unaware Clef. If he's unaware Clef, then Heatran shuts him down. So let's break this down, alright? So Aegislash guards well against primarily the Clef. I want to know what that thing is. It could be knockoff, blah, blah, blah. But offensively is where Aegislash is going to shine. DD Polt, again, Clef is my main concern. If that's not what I think it is, then DD Polt sweeps. Nay, Rex without T-Tar. So I don't think he's ever going to use T-Tar as his primary switch, which means I can probably Shadow Ball freely throughout his team. I'm going to need to get Rocks up pronto so Dragapult can pressure Rocks and Dragon Darts a Tar. Gastro primarily for really everything. He can't really touch Gastrodon. Heatran is going to be critical for the Tauren. Amandaba is going to be there for Driller in case he tries to boost. And so it's definitely I'm going to get some... Oh, fuck. I forgot to put Dragon Darts on my Dragapult. Shit. Oh, he had Substitute Trice. Okay, that's going to be a problem. I need Dragon Darts. Okay, so we're going to... I'm glad I noticed that early. So, again, phase 1... Driller, not what I expected, but okay, so it's a toxic variant. Which is this Rocks too? Either way, man, the Dragon Darts not being around is gonna be a pain. So the predictable knockoff, but I already have my strat. It just depends on what think people are running these days. Because me not having Dragon Darts changes a lot. But because my Aegislash is such a problem, I think I can patience this out. Because I knew he's gonna knock, right? Slowbro, Scald. And so it's a question of, since Slowbro is pretty much irrelevant to this game, like quite literally irrelevant, it's a question of, okay, we know his mode of operation, let's just say, is going to be to try to heavy duty boost Torrent spam, right? And so we're about to find out a lot about that Clefable. He cannot stay in. Well, he could stay into Skull, but I think it makes sense for him to go to Slowbro because he's going to teleport. Oh, he actually scalded. Could have lost a lot of momentum there on that Scald if I nade. The reason I'm trying to preserve the Tran, because that was a pretty big Scald on his end. I'd be very happy with this position if, again, Polt had Dragon Darts. But I still think it's very winnable. Torn is just my one qualm. And so I'm going to predict him here. I'm going to Lava Plume. Yep. I want my positioning for Tran to be in versus Torn. I don't want his Torn coming in for free. So again, it's not really a matter of not knowing what's going to happen. I just have to position myself for success as likely double out to Torn is possible here. I think Mandibuzz is pretty obvious. But since he's Toxic Drill, I want to keep that Mandibuzz at the utmost of health. And so what I'm going to do is use the Gastrodon. I'll allow him to glare it. He should 1,000 arrows initially, right? And so now it's going to be him choosing to either glare or sub. Because, so he actually he mid-grounds Slowbro. And it's, did it take? So it's Heavy Duty Boots, Skull Teleport, Future Sight, probably Slack Off. And so he's trying to position this for substitute. Okay, now I see his initial switch. That's good to know. So let's find out. So let's position Aegislash for success. Aegislash versus his team is just incredible. And so, yeah, we go Mandibuzz. Man, it's tough. It's tough because it's tough because I know. It's tough because when you know what the opponent is gonna do, but I don't have very much counterplay, so I'm gonna have to play this a little longer term than I probably wanted. Like, especially like that. That was like a godsend turn for him to go to T-Tar on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like awesome. But he can still just go back to Slowbro. Now, if I had the darts, what I do is get rocks back up, pressure this, and you'd see how his team would fall apart to Zygarde. But maybe he'll Toxic this. Man, is this winnable? So it goes to Torn. So unless the Torn has something that, I mean, Hurricane should be his last move. He's just gonna U-turn out because he can figure he can always go back to Clef. But none of his main mons are of real significance. As I go Gastro, yeah, he has the Earthquake. Well, actually, he didn't have the Earthquake there. What did I have in? Who even knows? Just gonna Toxic my Gastrodon here. I'll pivot around to get my Gastro back versus this Slowbro. But there has to be some way. I have to bank on the fact that the Clef is... So I'm gonna heal. I'm glad T-Tar is continually coming in. I'm gonna bank on the Clef because obviously Stealth Rock. I don't know why he's prioritizing getting up rocks so much, considering he's gonna have to defog them away. He's in a spot where he can go for knockoff though, but I have nothing to take it. So what I'll do is just recover obvious knockoff, right? And so now it forces him to U-turn out into the Slowbro. Slowbro is irrelevant, so I'm just gonna recover again. There's no way I'm gonna long-term stop rocks from coming up. And so again, Gastro can sit a bit, right? So Torn, regen, same old, same old. Which isn't the worst thing in the world because I might teleport stall. Let's see. Because I'm going to be staring down Driller. Because I'd rather have slashing versus drill or Zygarde. So it doesn't make any sense for him to... He may glare. To sub would be a waste of PP if he thinks I'm Fizdef Gastro. So what double would I make? I have to catch him on a choke here. I don't think he'll sub. If he does, I can deal. I'll bluff. Man, I made a huge mistake with the guy. This. A double to drill perhaps would make sense. So he does go for substitute. Thing about this is I can bluff. Thousand Arrows, obviously. I can bluff having Draco Meteor. Well, it actually broke the sub, so I don't even need to. But like right here, oh man, the position would be so amazing. But I have to double out the Tran, the Torn, obvious. That's why I was surprised that he's prioritizing having Rocks. But since he's playing like this, I can't even really. I need Rocks up to push her down, to put pressure on his Tyranitar. Well, no rocks are up, I guess. Gastroin versus Drill. The Drill maybe spins. He's just gonna teleport into Drill. So I guess maybe, is this the new strats? Is this what everybody's doing now? So what I'll do is I'll go to Nay, because I'll have to force his positioning. It's very tough, but I'm enjoying this game because I know, like, okay, well, without Dragapult being what I want it to be, I have to play this, like, again, very, very differently than I initially anticipated. And so here, we force the Tyrant as expected. Gastron, unless this is toxic, I guess a defense drop, which matters a lot, especially if he has some kind of status, if he's like status rest. But upside is this does allow us to PP stall, not PP stall, Sandstorm stall, until we get the switching on the Drill. Not the switching on, you get what I'm saying. So let's see, 17, he's getting all that back. Okay. So the Sandstorm is gone. He gets to go for teleport here. So that's his other move. So he doesn't have future sight. He can't touch Gastrodon, which is good information. You force the teleport here. Force the teleport. We're staring down Drill. Or I can bluff that my Dragapult has something to hit Force Tyranitar in. So Clefable comes in. It's Magic Guard or it's Heavy Duty Boots, right? And so it's a question of, okay, what does this Clef have in store for us? I have to go hard. AJ, if it's a knockoff variant, I might have just lost this game outright. It's Thunder Wave, of course. Shadow Ball is my best play here every time. Please, for the love of God, AJ Slash, come through. Nice. Torn took absolutely nothing from that. So here you either U-turn. He's not taking damage, okay. I'm just saying, like, that did nothing with Shadow Ball. So there's 0% chance he sacks Torn here. So his best situation is to U-turn pivot into either Tar or Drill. But value like wise, it's always gonna be best my please Laser Slash. Like, I wanted the double toxic there, but the Zygarde isn't something I want to deal with, but it's just gonna be one of those things. He loses health every time he subs, and Gastro can come in and shut him down every time. Every time, quote unquote. But Man, it's fucking man. It's fucking Thunderwave spam. I genuinely think I could have won this depending on what, because I think between Aegislash, the fact that he had to double the Zygarde there gives me all the information I needed. It's just very predictable, but I figured he'd U-turn out into the Zygarde, because then, you know, if I just stayed into attack, it would have been fucked. There's no real switching I could have made. So you lost nothing by King Shield scouting. Well, you could, yeah, it's not 100% true, but the Parahax throws another random element into this that that I didn't want to account for, because, you know, obviously now drill, and it's, but he earthquaked hard, which I didn't expect. Roost is always the play here as he goes for the look. I get the Roost off though, so it's gonna Iron Head again. So that's a question of what do I bring in after the fact, you know? Like what I'm gonna be mad aggressive versus this. So I'm a Will-O-Wisp here, covers Tara, and if he stays in, I won't die if he stays in, and he's permanently burnt. That Tara has to have T-Rest. I don't think it makes sense if it doesn't. And you may be thinking, well, I live anyway, so I can afford to give up this. And he has dual hazard control. So very, like, interesting, like, that, like, I'm glad I'm realizing what I assume is, because he doesn't have a lot of points. Like, I mean, he's 18, like, just hit 18, so it's not like he's super high. And so it's hard to say, well, is this just what the metagame is evolving into, like, or is this just his strategy? Thunderwave spam until, so he actually goes to Torn. Solid enough mid ground, because you know that you could take a hit. Actually, that could have been a really stupid play if I was spexed and I was bluffing that I wasn't. But either way, I think here you scout. I mean, you could knock. I think you lose a lot if I go Gastro and you knock. Right. I was gonna double Will-O-Wisp there, but he lost very little from knocking. And so here, obviously, he's going to go back to Slowbro or to Tornadus. Slowbro / Tornadus. Slowbro makes the most sense, though. Let's see if he goes Torn. If he stays and he crunches, I get to Fog. I don't think he's going to go to Slowbro. I think it's a little too obvious. Yeah. And so now, if you recall, the last time I played this guy, he hit like 100 Hurricanes in a row. So he actually opted for the U-turn. That's 2 turns the same. He has no reason to predict. So it's going to be a fairly safe pivoting around. And then if I go Gastro, he's going to try to Hex Fish, I'm certain. But he doesn't try to Hex Fish. Okay. Man. What's my out here? I have to play perfectly with Aegislash. So that's Ice Beam here. Again, the Slowbro has to come in, all this stuff, yada yada yada. I actually really wish I had Special Dragapult here. Special Dragapult would have actually, in that, like, any kind of just sub, like, anything would have been sufficient, which is kind of why I don't think he is. I know we're Clef. What would I need to do to win this? Like, what? Clearly, I'm not going to pull this off playing in the way I have to play now. He gets to teleport. I waste Earthquake. Um, let's see how many U-turns he has left. He has a lot left. Far more than I'm willing to deal with. But one thing about Mons is it's heavily psychological. And so my opponent knows that he's playing the greatest player to ever grace this game. So if I'm like playing, like, I can bluff. Kidding. I'm not. But yeah, so he's probably thinking, well, he has some kind of end game plan, and I would have, but it's my own fault for the Dragapult mistake. I actually made that team while laying in bed, so I didn't even realize that it was double sub. And so he's like, okay, let's just keep up the normal what I've been doing this whole time. You're gonna ice beam me. I knew he'd do some dumb shit like that. I just needed to be patient. And so that dumb shit right there might have just provided a semi-opening. And so now he's gonna U-turn back out into slow, bro. Or so you think. And so this is where I position Dragapult to force in what I want. So that's a U-turn. Right? Doesn't know anything about my Dragapult. Man, like even right here, right? It would make a ton of sense to double into Tornadus, but he just Moonblast hard. Okay, so he's committed to giving me Clef. I need that. I need rocks, and I need this debt fodder. Moonblast won't kill me, right? Doesn't matter if it does it, right? So now I know he cannot go to Tyranitar, which means my Shadow Ball here, I wouldn't say it's free is the word I'd use, but please, for the love of God, get this hit off. Aegislash. Thank you. Awesome. So Zygar is getting whittled. It doesn't make sense to Thousand Arrows in hard does me. I want a King Shield so bad. I want to get my King Shield off. I'm gonna King Shield. If I get Parahax, I'm fucked. Cause I do think, well, he didn't double, but I guess he's just gonna Thousand Arrows into the hard switch into Torn. Fair enough. Get your regen back. I get to recover. He might try to Hurricane spam. I hope he misses. He's gonna go for Hurricane plus Confusion Luck. Or he might opt for the defog, in which case that's fine by me. U-turn is even better. Okay, Clef. So this must have teleport too. Otherwise, this doesn't make too much sense. It's Carmine. Okay. So that's how he. Let's see how much this Flash Cannon is doing. Wow. I hope I crit him. Crit. I'm crit fishing anyway, so there's no point in me not King Shielding again. But yeah, he wasn't unaware of Clef. So DD pull could have come through here. If I can crit him, I can pull this off. Nah, it's not happening. So yeah, we can't win. Cannot win. So we're gonna grab another one. My Dragapult's fixed, right? Okay, God bless. Alright, so let's see, Genesis 7. Awesome. So we get somebody that has some points, so we can just get back the points, because we probably lost like 20-something points from that. But yeah, so Aegislash, let's break this down. Aegislash guards well against Mrjamvad, assumedly. Pheromosa, more importantly. Double Iron Bash is a bitch, because my Sub-Poke doesn't like Double Iron Bash. But more importantly, I think, is the fact that he entered OU without a Ghost immunity, which is always your first mistake, unless that Scarf poked. Showdown walls almost everything on his team in conjunction with Mandibuzz. So defensively, I can really hammer him, and then Ghost Spam is gonna ravage everything else. That's why the question of, well, what is gonna be your, are you gonna be like, you have to be some kind of lead Lando shit, right? Lead Lando and like explosion or something. It's my only qualm. What's the Landers? My Gyroport gets intimidated. He doesn't get intimidated. It's not true. Can't be Scarf Lando. So you have to be Rocks. If you have to be Rocks, my weakest link is actually my Polt. So I'm gonna bait this to attack me. I don't think he can kill me in one. And so ideal situation is I bait him to attack. Wow, he's defensive. So I'll sub here. I need to do something along that nature, like something like that. And so Gastra gets to come in. Double Iron Bash, banded. It's not doing too much. And so it's a question of what's his solution to Gastrodon? Like what? Okay, so there is no solution, which means you can't go to a steel type here. I'll just toxic. Or you can go to a steel type. Oh yeah, this shit gets tricked now. Let's find out what he does. Focus Blast. Okay. Not great, but not a game changer. More glare shit. I should have went to Buzz there, but he's not gonna glare this turn. He's gonna sub if he has it. He's banded though. Okay, banded Zygarde. So Gastrodon is integral. 42%. That's to switch out back to Magearna. But wild play, pivoting Magearna and then focus blasting. I forgot I had Aegis Slash. So 44%. So he's trying to get me to get. He's trying to get a crucial crit. I'm a toxic here. There's the Magearna. And so now we position. Nah. Still back to Tran. May Volt Switch, but Focus Blast and connects twice. It's tough. But that specs Quake. He's gonna double switch here. I'm not sure to what. Gastrodon is too problematic. So it's Assault Vest Melmetal is a thing. I could see double here, but again, Gastro is such a problem. And so maybe he's just trying to recover stall a bit. But well timed. He's playing his thing well. All right, this shit can hacks. I forgot the Double Iron Bash can hacks. Really, bro? Like that's your strat? Get the fuck out of here, man. So this certainly must have toxic or something of that nature. I'm just kind of surprised how weak he is to the horse, because right now I feel like I'm just gonna sweep him with horse. Now Mandibuzz can solo the rest of his team once this Magearna is gone. Dragapult can also potentially do so. Y'all think I should risk this toxic when Gastro is so important? Why the fuck did he go on a U-turn? Mandibuzz beats Zygarde, beats Melmetal, beats Landers, beats Pheromosa, beats Dragapult, only doesn't beat Magearna. Fuck. I knew it. I knew he had to. I was like, why would you go to Landers? But I've decided, even if he did go that route, I was like, okay, well, because he's gonna U-turn here. I'm not letting him U-turn on my Aegis Slash. So Magearna comes in, Volt Switch for sure. Based on how he plays, I'm gonna crush him now. I think he has too much to lose by. Yeah, I knew it. Based on how he plays, Shuka, huh? Okay, cool. That means I can go edgy. You don't have Volt Switch. Alright, perfect. Yeah. Then we just Shadow Ball into... The Melmetal might get to a KO'd here. So Zygarde decides to get hit. Might have Glare. Buzz eats easily. We roost here. So since I know that Mrjamvad is hard wall by Aegis Slash, this game's probably over, honestly. Because you can't Volt Switch. So he's going to have to fish for hacks, or he's going to have to double switch around, but that won't work because AG never dies. So Flare Cannons, again, same shit, Shadow Ball. Far superior matchup in this one. But just the combination of Aegis Slash. And it seems as if, because Pheromosa dies there, that, again, unless it's like Scarf, what double would you make? No double even matters. I don't want to be glared, like Banding Glare or something like that. And so I think he's just made up his mind that he's willing to Thunderbolt makes the most sense here. Thunderbolt into, but Aegis Slash isn't even the most important mon right now. Yeah, fucking crit me. Man, don't think it matters too much. He's actually slower than me, which isn't good. So the crit ends up mattering. But I think Nay just destroys now, unless it's Scarf Pult. But even if it's Scarf Pult, I think currently, because Magnet, unless he doesn't sack Mrjamvad, which would make sense if you're trying to salvage something. But if I'm sub, you lose, unless you're Scarf Pult. So the way I play, the way my brain works is, if I don't know something, my brain will literally try to, like, let's say, okay, I see that my opponent is 19, what's his face, right? And so I'll assume, okay, there's some rationale behind, like, I'm sure there's some reason he has his points, right? You know, like, so this covers DD, this covers Strix, this covers, like, Scarf Pult is just what makes the most sense to me. Let's go Gastro and sack that. I probably don't need Sucker Punch. So that's your answer. Okay. Could be DD. And if that's the case, then if I'm staring down Metal on a double, I have to give up another mon. I think Earthquaking here is just superior. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, and that should wrap it up. That should wrap it up. Returning there might not have been the wave. So Amanda Buzz wins. Don't want any luck. My biggest quad. Just don't want any luck. If Aegis Slash and Shadow Ball did that little, there's no way I'm killing. If I can just get the burn, if I hit the Will-O-Wisp, then I just win. Right? That's 85. My question is, does Shadow Ball into Phantom Force kill this? Does it really matter? It does, because Zygarde can outrage spam. And outrage can potentially, I can win even if I miss this Will-O-Wisp, but I guarantee to win if I connect. Okay, awesome. It doesn't even KO. Yeah, awesome. So okay, I'll save the sack. Wow, that did nothing. Let me think. Then go to force. Thinking if there's anything I'm missing here. Nope. Nope, I go Mandibuzz here. Defog, and then that should be it. Alright, Sponge, he's going. This, I mean, I can't be mad at him for using his outs. I can never be mad at him for that. So, yeah. Let's just defog here to get rid of these rocks for. Yeah. So your out would be to DD. Go to Pult and try to DD up. I don't fucking know what this. Go to Pult and try to DD up. It's the best speed tie. Wow. This game. This mystical game of Pokemon. I don't think it matters. It does. It does depending on how much I take from this. It's not gonna end up mattering. It's not gonna end up mattering, but still some mind games to it. Still some mind games to it. So Phantom Force here to get as much health as possible, because it's gonna come down to, because I know that his Dragapult has Sucker Punch. He's not gonna use it here though. Actually, I do think he's gonna use it here. Are you kidding me? How do you get a freeze there? Like, but again, I can't be mad at him for using his outs. You know, I think the nature of how he plays, he Sucker Punches here, because he knows I know Dragon Darts pulls this off. No. I think Sucker Punch is always the play, because you have Infiltrator. I think you always Sucker, because I have to outplay a lot. Dragon Darts. So I lost there. But yeah, I think Sucker was actually the play there, because if you Sucker, even if I attack through sub, you can win it. It's a higher risk play to Dragon Darts, because then I have to outplay like a ton of Sucker Punches for me to win that. But it seems like it's gonna be that kind of situation today, that kind of line. Man, that's why I always try to play in a way where I take away as much luck as possible. Chris my Edge Slash made it die to the Magearna. It wouldn't have died otherwise. You know, there are just so many things that had to go his way, and I'm trying to play in a way where there's no luck, and you can only control so much. So it is what it is. Let's wrap up with another one. How much did we? We'll find out after. You know, ideally winning this game. He's 1924, so I get a ton of points from this. Aegis Slash just runs through his team. Sub Pult as well, more so Sub Pult. In fact, I very much intend to sweep him with my Sub Pult. I am not, if he's like, you know, screens offense kind of thing, I'm not actually I think Gastro is my best bet. We just Earthquake card. Bandit. Is that Bandit? It's probably Bandit. I'll recover here. I can't stand these players, man. Like, like when that's your strategy, man. But Earthquake again here. AJK makes sense, but I can't have him. I don't think you'd HAK again though. I think you'd always U-turn here into Hatterene or Regieleki hard. Okay. Barely lived. So he gets one screen up. I haven't shown any I'm not showing him Ice Beam yet. Because I want him to think I have Scald. But yeah, that's awesome. So what this means now is he gets a screen. He has to pick the one he's getting. And Aegislash beats Hatterene, beats Pheromosa, beats Kyurem. Because Kyurem's gonna get toxic. I'm not letting this thing set up, and his team is physical. So he chooses light screen, which is the wrong screen, especially if you're trying to go for Kyurem. If you're trying to go for a Shifu, I don't give a fuck. You're not bulking up. Hell fucking no. Hell no. So I can sub down and stall out the Shifu a bit. And so Gastro is important, but he has to CC. Well, no, he doesn't. Doesn't have to CC here. Do I need Buzz? What don't I need? Don't need Tran. But do I not need Buzz more than I not need Tran? You know what I'm saying? Picking up on put down. Let's recover first. See how much this does. So he's Life Orb. Okay. Alright, so we'll go I think you always Wicked Blow here, but Tran is just not necessary. Trying to think is like something I'm missing. Trick Room, Hatterene, maybe. Screens. We sub down with Pult. We let him stall. Sub down with Pult. Let's sack Keytrain. So he CCs again. We get to go to Pult, and this is pure upside, especially if he has Sucker. Might have Sucker, but just didn't use it. Doesn't matter. We always sub. And so, speed tier wise, he's not in the best spot. But he's not in the best spot, period. And so he opts for Hatterene because he knows he has light screen up. So I'm gonna assume that I don't need this anymore. Especially if Trick Rooms, it covers Trick Room. Solves out 2 turns of light screen. Because why would you go to this if you were maybe just trying to Draining Kiss spam? I'll sub, even if he Trick Rooms, I'm in a good spot. If he Draining Kiss spams, I'm in a good spot. I stall out the light screens. I'm pretty sure he thinks that I am Pheromosa isn't speed, plus speed. Phantom Force drops Hatterene, and then it's Bloodbath. It's just Phantom Force here and get this good damage. You might die depending on this set. No, it didn't die though. And so this is where it gets interesting as Horse gets to come in. He doesn't know anything about Horse, obviously. Sucker, but I'm Fizz Def Mandy. Yeah. What'd you do? High jump kick, Powerball. Again, from what we learned from the luck of last time, I do not want any flinch chances, and nothing. So foul play here. He does Powerball. Pheromosa. He can hard Aegislash here. It's very little drawback. He just flash cannon. Sash, huh? Awesome. He's trying to hex. All toxic, so the Kyurem can't. Just flash cannon in case he has substitute. Okay, yeah, that's game. Just flash cannon again, so he can't DD again, and then Horse outspeed. Okay, so finally a clean win, like impossible to come by. GG. Finally a clean win for Halloween. Our first Halloween win today. The ladder is fun. But I gotta be careful of these para hacks type of guys. The freeze guy again. Sure, we got lucked out of that game, but can you blame the guy for going freeze out? I didn't want to play that game in a way where, because if I didn't get frozen there, you know, the odds of that the Mandibuzz just pulled through, or Dragapult. I just needed to not have Mandibuzz. I just needed to have Mandibuzz healthy, and so if we froze, got a dot, boom. All we needed to do at that point was either the Melmetal was low enough to where I could foul play KO it, then force the Zygarde to outrage as we sacked Spectrier or Dragapult. It doesn't really matter at that point which one we sack, but probably Spectrier, because I don't know if Spectrier could kill Zygarde with Shadow Ball from the range it was at. Definitely knock him out with Dragapult, and then Dragapult can never beat Fizdef Mandibuzz from the range it would have been at. But yeah, let's see how much we dropped from this. It says 1902. It could be factoring in the win we just got. But yeah, we're gonna end it there. Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a copy of the book. Link is in the description below. Tough day on the ladder, but I think this team is very fun, and I think Gastrodon is underrated with all the things that are going on right now. I think there's potential. Aegislash super good right now. Sub DD again. I think it's, except for that torn regen team, that was a tough game for us. With Polt in the picture, we could do something. No real way around T-Wave Clef. Like if because that's a very, there's just no way around that. So like, you know, you kind of have to run taunt, or there's no real way around that. That's just one of those things that you just kind of have to, you know, play for. But when they're glare spamming, I'm saying this for if you choose to use the team. Just outplay them. Generally, again, it's, I won't say that they're not good players, but generally, if that's your go-to strat, you're trying to rely on skill as much as possible. So they're probably not their strongest set, and so, you know, you do what you can. But again, thanks for watching. Hit the like button down below. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys in the next one.